I'm Cody Powers. I was born in Martin, Tennessee. I grew up in O'Brien, Tennessee, which is about 30 minutes from here. I have a son. He's 4 years old. His name's Lincoln Powers. I grew up kind of rough, so like my goal was to get out of here. I wanted to leave. The only way I could really see myself doing that was joining the military. So I went off, joined the Marine Corps. I was gone for about 4 years, and I decided to come home. I worked at a factory for about 9 months, and wasn't my shtick. So I went to corrections. Then I ended up quitting and starting Power Prints full time. This goes back, I like I said, I don't know if I actually mentioned this earlier, but I came up kind of rough. And like the two things that really got me through at a young age were Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like those are my go-to guys, right? I went through some stuff, and I tried therapy for a little bit. It didn't really work out, so I just scoured the internet, like, how can I get better, The key points that I see in every one of these articles or whatever was heal your inner child. So I did what 4-year-old me would have did. I started collecting toys. The Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver, he was the go-to guy for anybody who was around for Mighty Morphin. And then he passed away, and anything that he had his name on it, just outrageous in price. So I started looking into printers, 3D printers, and I eventually found one that would be able to print the size. At the time, I didn't know this, but it's one of the worst printers there are. You have to really learn, and I'm glad I bought that one, because at the end of the day, it really taught me the ins and outs of 3D printing. You find the right file, you go in, you add the supports where you need them, you hook it into the printer. Some of the printers are Wi-Fi based now, so you can just click and it'll start printing, and I think that's really cool. Pull it off the printer. After you deburr and get all the extra excess supports off of there, you get into like sanding and filling. So you get rid of as many of the layer lines as you possibly can. And after you do that, you start to fill in what you can get rid of without getting into like breaking the walls down. I use Bondo filler most of the time. Sometimes I'll use UV resin. You fill the little cracks and then go until you get it to where you think it's going to be perfectly smooth, and then you can start with paint. For me, I really like to have like a product in my hands. Like at the end of the day, what really satisfies like my brain is having something in my hands. Like, wow, like I just did that, And I found that initially in woodworking, and it's eventually just become a thing where like if I can make something, or if I can make something look better with my hands, that's like an overwhelming sense of pride, And I've never really been the type to have much pride in myself for whatever reason, but it's just really, it's like a feeling that you can't replicate, just like, wow, I did this, this is crazy. From my experience, just talking to like a kid who's going through it, just keep going. And whether or not you find it as a kid or you find it as a young adult, you may find it when you're 40, 50, keep going, you'll find your thing. Like, it's gonna happen, So just don't be afraid to try different things as well. Like, forget about what everybody else thinks. Like, who thought that I'd turn 3D printing Power Ranger helmets into a business? So like, whatever it really boils down to, just try, and things will get better at the end of the day.